Let's keep it going. A big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, the MacEwan University Big Band. Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, if you are able, I'd ask that you please rise. At this time, I am pleased to introduce this afternoon's mace bearer, Diane Westwood, Director of Finance and Business Operations for the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications. Ms. Westwood, who is leading the stage party, is carrying the university's mace, which was donated to the university in 1997 by its namesake, Dr. Grant MacEwan, and became the official mace in 2008. It is especially meaningful to the university as it was hand-carved by Dr. MacEwan. Further information on the mace and other Convocation traditions can be found in your Convocation program. This afternoon, our university faculty will be led by Distinguished Proctor Alan Wesley, Assistant Professor in the Department of Decision Sciences in the School of Business. And we're very pleased to have with us this afternoon the Poundmaker Drum Group, who will perform an honor song as our graduates process in the hall. Please remain standing now for the academic processional.
Thanks to Poundmaker for that very moving procession. Protocol for Poundmaker was offered earlier today. Graduates, distinguished guests, members of the stage party, faculty, staff, ladies and gentlemen, my name is David McLaughlin, and I am the Marshal of Convocation. We acknowledge that the land on which we gather in Treaty 6 territory is a traditional gathering place for many Indigenous people. We honor and respect the history, languages, ceremonies, and cultures of the First Nation, Métis, and Inuit who call this territory home. Please remain standing, and in respect, remove all hats except mortarboards for the singing of our national anthem led by Mr. David Unsworth.
True north, strong and free, from far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God, keep our land glorious and free, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Thank you, Mr. Unsworth. Please be seated. I declare MacEwan University Convocation open. At this academic ceremony, we honor our 2018 graduates by conferring degrees, diplomas, certificates, and recognizing outstanding achievements. We are honored to have you present with us on this occasion. I will introduce the stage party. Members of the stage party, please remain standing once you have been called upon. Members of the audience, please hold your applause until everyone has been introduced. We will start with Board of Governors Chair, Ione Chalborn, President, Dr. Deborah Saucier, Provost and Vice President pro tempore, Dr. Craig Monk, and Academic Governance Council Vice Chair, Raymond Barry. Would members of our Board of Governors, Vice Presidents, and Associate Vice Presidents please rise? I would now ask the Deans and Associate Deans and the remaining members of the university's administration to rise. I now ask representatives of our associations, faculty, staff, alumni, and students to please rise. Would our Indigenous knowledge keepers please rise? Our distinguished speaker, Dr. John Corlett. Will our distinguished proctor, Alan Wesley, along with all faculty and staff of the university, please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, this is MacEwan's Fall 2018 Convocation Stage Party. Please join me in acknowledging them. Thank you. Members of the stage party, you may be seated. I call upon Dr. Craig Monk, Provost, as well as Curtis McAdam and Roxanne Tatusis, our Indigenous knowledge keepers. Dr. Monk will recognize and honor the Indigenous knowledge keeper, and then Curtis McAdam will provide the Indigenous invocation.
It's my honor to offer protocol for this afternoon's convocation.
Welcome, everyone. It's an exciting day. It's a beautiful day. You know, this morning when I woke up, I went out to make coffee, and I realized I didn't have coffee. So I had a quarter cup of coffee before I left, and I thought, this is not enough to get me in the morning for the students. So looking at you today is my cup of coffee right now. I'm awake. I want to share a story before I end this with a prayer. A story about me, how I grew up. I grew up in a world where education was important. So every morning I would get in a bus and go to school. And then on weekends, my parents used to take me out into the land, into the trap line, where my grandparents lived. So I grew up in two worlds. One is where I went to school, and one is where I went to my grandparents, where I went to school in a different way. See, in all these years that I grew up in the home that I did, as a child, all I heard was stories. I heard stories of Paw Maker, Big Bear, Almighty Voice. I heard stories of the elderly women, how they contributed to a society, to a community. And in these stories, as I heard, I didn't question them, I just listened. After a while, I started to question it, and I said to my mom as a child, the story does not make sense to me. And it doesn't make sense because of this. And I gave reasons why. And after she would listen, she would tell me another story to counter that. Then I would go outside and play. Then I'd go back inside and say, Mom, that still doesn't make sense too, because here's why. And then she would tell me another story. My mom was developing critical thinking in an Indigenous way, and as a child, I didn't get that. And all these stories that she had shared with me about Indigenous people, how they became warriors and how they became Ukichatawak, Mitiyogamgok, all these Cree words that I have right now, I wondered about them, how they got there, because they all contributed to a community, to a society, to laws, to a belief system. So I began my journey. And the first thing my parents did was, you gotta know your family. You have to understand your family lineage. That's when I went on weekends to my grandparents. Eventually, as I got older, I said to my dad, I want to go out into the bush by myself. So I took a gun, knives, plates. I spent the nights in the bush by myself. I was about 13. At first I was scared because I thought there would be monsters coming after me. I had a fire, I would shake at night. After several trips out into the bush, I stopped carrying a gun. I stopped carrying 5 blankets. I only carried 2. My backpack was less. It wasn't as heavy to carry. What my parents wanted me to understand was, I am aski inyo. To translate that, it means, my people are people of Mother Earth. I had to understand where my people came from, and they came from Mother Earth. And then the family lineage. And all these stories that I heard, they were wonderful, they were exciting, and I wanted to understand them. So I read books about them too. And then I went home and I heard stories about them as well too. And as a child, I thought, I want to be like that. And as I got older, there was one common theme I realized that I had overlooked. Every one of those people that my parents had shared stories with me had a common theme. It's called yayakskichik. That word, to translate that into English, means they paved the way. So I thought, what am I going to do? How can I pave the way? So I began more in-depth training into my Indigenous culture, my Cree culture. You know, when I look at you here today, you have to ask yourself that distinction too. You're done MacEwan College. I'm done being trained in so many ways. I had to go out and look for my path, and I had to make it distinctive. And it didn't have to be so impactful the way Paul Maker or Big Bear did or anything like that. It was a path that I had to make that is distinctive because there will be another generation following that path in a similar way. So that path you have to go look for too. Yayaksking. It means to make a road, to make a road for the next generation coming so that they can benefit as a community, as a society, to strengthen those laws, to strengthen the belief system, the kindness and the love that makes up a whole community. So, doing so, I want us to say a little prayer for now. Kakisamo. That word means to communicate with the Creator using your mind, your body, your heart, your soul. Not just the words, but all of you. So we'll take a moment and we'll say a prayer. I'm going to put this mic to the side and I'm going to say a prayer over here. Say a prayer for yourself too, because now your road is going to be different once you get your certificates, your diplomas, your degrees, your path. Say a prayer for your path. And all your parents that are over there, the support you gave your children, say your prayers for your children too, because the young people that I'm looking at here right now, they're the ones that are going to make the changes in this world that we need to. They're going to improve the quality of life. That's what it's all about. That's what it's about for my culture. And I hope, that's what your goals are going to be too. Tomagani Poyan, Kahkio Isi Noasta, Omantini Tsugan, Yogi, Otinigan. How Miskanobu Sita, Kahkio Isi no Gasuta. How Gatan Miogi Namogasino, and Askunt Nanotsum Gaisoemia, Gaisamia, Vinagahkio X, Isnagotsigi, and Toasm Sinana, Usana, Oxangitatit, Simanto, Mamogawa. Thank you all. Hey.
Thank you, Mr. McAdam, for that invocation. So I'd like to now call our student board member, Parvin Siddiqui, who will read the MacEwan University invocation.
Through learning, we flourish and help others to flourish. We stand here today on the brink of important change for ourselves and for the world. Inspired by the past, we now step forward to transform the future. Engaging with others, we cherish the diversity of experience within our communities and ourselves. Through perseverance, we excel. Through compassion, we connect. Through creativity, we thrive. Through knowledge, we grow. Through all this and more, let us forge a legacy to nurture, to inspire, to endure. Moved by the Spirit, strong in our knowledge, we move out into the world with open arms, open mind, and open heart. We pledge to leave the world better than we found it. Thank you.
Thank you for the invocation, Ms. Siddiqui. I'd now like to invite the University President, Dr. Deborah Saucier, to address Convocation.
Good afternoon. It's my profound pleasure to offer congratulations to each and every one of you. In a matter of minutes, you are going to walk across the stage, make your families and friends proud, and become MacEwan alumni. Although those in the audience who are here to see you receive your degrees are present, your degrees, diplomas, and certificates, my apologies, you are going to be the ones who take them out into the world and in doing so change it. However, beyond your credential, what you will take out into the world are the skills and values that you developed while you were here at MacEwan. Values like embracing curiosity, change, and optimism. These values will prepare you to change your world for the better. Curiosity about the world, your role in it. You came to MacEwan with a set of questions and developed the ability to answer those questions. But at MacEwan, you learned about other questions, big questions, questions that dominate the day. Questions like climate change or social justice, for instance. You now have the skills to make a difference. You know that there is more than one side to an issue, and you've developed the research skills to find out more. March to your own drummer, though, just like Donna Strickland did, who said she pursued her work because she just wanted to do something fun, even though some of her initial efforts didn't work. She believed in herself and was curious about how the world worked, and was resilient enough to pick herself up when it didn't always go her way. And in the end, she changed the world, becoming the third woman in history to win the Nobel Prize in physics. Change. We are in a period of unprecedented change. I won't lie. The only thing that I know for sure is that tomorrow will be different, and that change is not always easy. However, the skills you've developed at MacEwan will help you not only weather the change that is coming, but hopefully be a force to create change yourself. Whether that change is a new business or venture, or just the simple faith that you can and should follow your own path, it is enough. You are enough. Mahatma Gandhi said, "Be the change that you wish to see in the world." I don't think I can say it any better than that. Be the change you wish to see in the world. Optimism. It's easy to believe we live in terrible times. We watch fires in California burn down whole towns. We read comments from trolls on the internet. It can lead you to believe that things are at their worst. But remember that this is due to an intense lens of negativity, and don't fall prey to it. In the whole history of humanity, there have never been fewer wars. People have never enjoyed a longer lifespan. We have never experienced such prosperity. Remember that when you feel down. Your success that we are celebrating today is cause for an incredible amount of optimism in the years to come. Remember the words of the late Jack Layton, who said, "My friends, love is better than anger. Hope is better than fear. Optimism is better than despair." So let us be loving, hopeful, and optimistic, and we'll change the world. These are the values that will keep us on track as we work to make the world a better place. They are values that will guide us when doing that important work and when it gets difficult, because it will. There are times that you are going to fail. In fact, we all do. Those are the times you need to look to your values, to use that curiosity and optimism to fuel your bravery so that you can get back up, dust yourself off, learn something from it, and do it again. I will leave you with this final thought, perhaps the most important one of all. Don't forget to be kind. Know that no matter who or what you're dealing with, kindness is always the right choice. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. It can be simple as reaching out to a friend when they pop into your mind. Pick up your phone and call or text them and tell them you were thinking of them and why. Because at the heart of it, life is all about people. It's about connecting to and caring for people. It's not the universities that change the world. It's our people. It's you and you and you that make universities agents of change. And so with that, I can't wait to see what you, the class of 2018, will do. Congratulations once again.
Thank you for those words, Dr. Saucier. At this point, I'd like to introduce Dr. John Corlett, Special Advisor to the President. Could you stand, John? Dr. Corlett has served as Provost and Vice President Academic at MacEwan University in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada from 2013 to 2018. He's a graduate of Brock University's Biological Sciences program and completed his master's and PhD in kinesiology at Simon Fraser University. He has held faculty positions at the BCIT, University of Botswana, University of Windsor, Brock University, and University of Winnipeg. And he has served as faculty dean or provost for 20 years at Windsor, Brock, and MacEwan prior to his current role at MacEwan. On a personal note, I'd like to thank John for being a mentor and for providing me with opportunities I couldn't have imagined. I wouldn't be here today without him. I introduce John Corlett.
Apparently, I can't keep a job. Good afternoon, everybody. I know what you're thinking. Where can I get an outfit like that guy's? I stand before you today dressed in the finest of 15th century fashion, the latest in a long line of those who have given convocation addresses and whose names and speeches have been instantly forgotten upon them sitting down. I actually have no words of wisdom for you that your grandparents, your parents, your brothers and sisters, your friends, your smart friends, not the other friends, can't give you on graduation day. And so instead, I would like to ask you to do me a favor. I would like you to imagine yourself and the world in which you will live in the year 2063. Indulge me for a few seconds. Close your eyes if it helps. You may hear the Final Jeopardy theme playing softly in the background. Now then, who did you see in the mirror? Still as good looking as ever, I'm sure, but someone healthy, I hope, because that is what will matter to you most in 2063. As someone who is just a few hundred days from his 70th birthday, I can say that with absolute certainty. And whether you are or aren't healthy mostly depends on the choices you make. I didn't come here to lecture you on good behavior. You know how to take care of yourself. I simply want to remind you that the choices being yours to make them with some thought to the you who will be here in the year 2063. You will thank yourself for treating yourself well along the way. Now then, what kind of world did you envision in 2063? And why was I so specific about that particular year? Well, that is 45 years from now. And that is the same number of years that today is from when I graduated, when I sat where you sat. And if your experience is going to be anything like mine has been, then the way you just imagined the world in 45 years will turn out to be completely wrong. It's not your fault. The reason that you can't imagine with any accuracy the world 45 years from now is the same reason that the world today isn't anything like I imagined it being for myself or for others. It's because, as many of our most innovative thinkers have said, the world is not only stranger than we suppose, it is stranger than we can suppose. What you probably envisioned a couple of minutes ago were probably details, tech details most likely, self-driving, levitating cars, maybe personal helicopters, a colony on Mars so there will be actual Martians, and universal language translators implanted into your brain. Those things probably will happen in some way, but those actually are the really small things. And even those are nearly impossible to predict. Let me give you a couple of quick and somewhat trivial examples. The Stanley Cup. The Stanley Cup has now been won by 7 teams that did not exist when I graduated. So when I tell you that in 2063, the Stanley Cup will be won by Prague, the Super Bowl will be won by Mexico City, the World Series will be won by Tokyo, and no one will be preparing for the 2066 Olympic Games because of the massive scandal in the 2032 Games that caused them to be disbanded. Don't dismiss me too quickly. And by the way, your grandchildren's favorite musical group in 2063 will be the Androids, who will be androids, except for the saxophone player. How about this one? Of the current 193 member states of the United Nations, 59 of them did not exist as countries on the day I graduated. Our planet stays the same, but we continually carve it up in ways that make it impossible to predict what the map of the world will look like in 2063. Come to think of it, though, does the planet stay the same? No, it turns out it doesn't. I studied 4 years in a wonderful undergraduate bioscience program that was punctuated by a year of studying earth science as a part of it. And yet, at no time in those 4 years were the phrases climate change or global warming mentioned. And now, well, this is a very big thing with a capital B and a capital T indeed. And we aren't any better at predicting these big things than we are at predicting who's going to win the Stanley Cup 45 years from now or how many countries there are going to be. Despite all the information being available at the time, we're just never quite as socially, politically, and culturally adept at connecting the dots soon enough and fast enough to see what's coming. And human nature does not change easily or rapidly. And so for most of us, the future isn't ever going to be what it used to be. There are more surprises coming for you and everyone. So where does all of that lack of certainty leave you as university graduates? How do you prepare for a future you cannot see coming? You've learned facts and skills, it's true, and that is part of preparing. They are the Lego pieces. You can't build anything without them. But the building blocks alone are not enough. What will sustain you is what a university education is really all about, and what I hope you take with you today as you graduate. You have the foundation to put all of those pieces together in different amazing ways to respond to the unforeseen big things and little things that are just over the horizon and out of sight today. You will follow your path to 2063 with your ability to learn relentlessly, to adapt positively and confidently, to be a change maker rather than someone to whom change happens. You have it in you to follow your path with curiosity, with creativity, with innovation, and a willingness to be brave enough to take a chance and not be dictated to by fear and an aversion of risk. Whatever you may have been told, you do not always have to wear a helmet. Your humility will remind you that challenges are never as simple as you wished they were, and you will remember that it is strong to be kind, and it is smart to be hopeful. Because the world will never have enough of those things that will light your pathway to 2063. Who, me? Yes, of course, you. In the words of the ancient Jewish scholar Hillel the Elder, if not you, then who? My time is almost gone. Your time comes next. In a few minutes, you will walk from there to there. And in that short distance, you will be transformed from potential energy into kinetic energy, from possibility into realization. And then you will walk onto a much bigger stage, the world stage, where it will really be your time to shine. And what a time it will be. Let it be filled not with the dread of the unknown, but with the joy of surprise and the exhilaration of the challenge, a future you never could have imagined. It's been a special privilege to spend these few moments with you on such a special day. Thank you for your patience. As I go, come and take my place. Be a force for good, be a force for better, be a force for different. And come and see me in 2063. I intend to still be a professor here. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Dr. Collette. Exactly what I expected. I invite Dr. Craig Monk, Provost and Vice President, Academic Pro Tempore, along with Academic Governance Council Vice Chair Raymond Barry, to their respective podia for the presentation of graduates and conferring of credentials.
And now the moment for which you have been waiting. Graduands, if you can, please rise. On behalf of the faculties and schools of MacEwan University, I present these graduands and those named in the Convocation program who are not at this ceremony. I ask that they be pledged and admitted to the MacEwan University degrees, applied degrees, diplomas, and certificates that they have earned.
I will ask you now to join in the MacEwan University Graduate Pledge. The pledge is not an oath, but an expression of purpose to which you will respond with a resounding and sincere, I will. Will you pledge yourself to use the knowledge, experience, and skills you have gained at MacEwan University to serve your community and the world faithfully? I will. That was nice. By the virtue of the authority invested in me by the province of Alberta, and upon the recommendation of MacEwan University Academic Governance Council, I admit you to the degree, diploma, or certificate to which you are entitled, and invest in you all the rights and privileges, powers, and responsibilities pertaining to that credential. Now I bestow upon you this credential as a solemn trust to transform, engage, and improve the world from this day forth, to teach and to learn from others, so that through your learning we may flourish. Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you, Dr. Monk and Mr. Bury. Our marshals will now usher the graduates to the stage. I would ask the graduates to return to their seats after receiving their credentials. Offering congratulations to each graduate, our Board Chair, Ione Chalborn, President Deborah Saucier, AGC Vice Chair Raymond Barry, Provost and Vice President Academic Pro Tempore, Dr. Craig Monk, and the faculty's Dean. Offstage to your right is Greg Monroe, alumnus of MacEwan University. Mr. Monroe will present each graduate with a gift on behalf of the MacEwan University alumnus. Over in this area here, you will be able to take pictures of your favorite graduate. Just come down when you anticipate their name to be coming up in the program. Student award recipients will lead each faculty's graduate and be recognized by the faculty dean. MacEwan University Big Band will perform a musical selection for your listening pleasure as the graduates are being assembled.
Just friends, lovers no more. Just friends, but not like before. To think of what we've been and not to kiss again seems like pretending it isn't the ending. Two friends drifting apart. Two friends, but one broken heart. We laugh, we love, we cry. Suddenly love died, the story ends, and we're just friends. Just friends, lovers no more. Just friends, but not like before. To think of what we've been and not to kiss again seems like pretending it isn't the ending. Two friends drifting apart. Two friends, but one broken heart. We laughed, we loved, we cried. Suddenly love died, the story ends, and we're just friends. We're just friends.
Let's hear it for the big band. At this time, I invite Dr. Wanda Costans, the Dean for the School of Business, to come to the podium.
Good afternoon. Within each faculty and school at MacEwan University, we recognize the students whose academic efforts have propelled them to the top of their class. The Dean's Medals are the highest academic honor that may be granted by a faculty and recognize the exemplary success of individual students within their area of studies. One award may be granted in a certificate or diploma program, and one award in the degree program. This year's Dean's Medal for Academic Excellence in a Diploma Program for the School of Business is awarded to Madeline Judith Hubbard, a graduate of the Accounting and Strategic Measurement Diploma Program. Sorry. Sorry, I did forget the signal. Stay. This year's Dean's Medal for Academic Excellence in a Degree Program within the School of Business is awarded to Warren Derek Lux, a graduate of the Bachelor of Commerce program. Keep forgetting the medal. As the Dean of the School of Business, I now present you the following graduates for diploma and degrees in the School of Business.
Elizabeth Grace Abbott with distinction. Oluwayemisi Monsime Leo Lau Agoye. Sarah Hassan Aldegrir. Nicolos Vicas Angelo. Wael Awad.
Maxwell Bateman. Stacy Bebby. Joanne Bendel. Theodore David Bennett. Kelsey Jane Bond. Matthew James Buttry. Christian Isaac Culpe. Riley Robert Campbell. Dominica Capozzi. Jeremy Daniel Dessau.
Jordan William French. Hassan Hajar. Shazia Hasnain. Logan Hutchinson. Kelly Dean Kutzner. Sarman Singh Mali. Angelique Tekardan MacEwan. Neola Minimo. Elmer Murga. Usama Mura. Anisha Nagapal.
Shartina Ann Nahornik. Joe Nazar. Anna Neary. Tu Nguyen. Emily Kenika Nove. Olabaju Okan. Elise Erlene Palm. Ty Gregory Pashanuk.
Christopher Jonah Brzezinski. Reach Madit Reach. Katarina Rutkowska. Amrita Kaur Santu. Brianna Mary Ruth Sauter Leach. Ahmed Abdullahi Sheikh. Gurman Sidhu. Wanzi Suna. Shana Taralson.
Muritala Olawale Tijani. Wayne Mark Toolsey. Stephanie Trung. Alexandra Turner. Rayanne Lynn Van Sickle. Zlatomira Vasileva. Kate Lindsay May Wood. And lastly, Ashley Faith Yarwood.
And now, presenting graduates receiving the Bachelor of Applied Business Administration, Accounting. Amneet Kaur Sahota with distinction. Heiyu Zhang, lastly. And now presenting graduates receiving the Accounting Technology Certificate. Yu Ji Liu, lastly. And now presenting graduates receiving the Accounting and Strategic Measurement Diploma. Yashika Anand. Kushal Singh Chauhan. Nathaniel Joseph Toison de Castro.
Kirandeep Kaur. Mukul Latava. Devashna Devika Prasad. Ajideep Singh. Muhkam Singh. Kylie Elizabeth Spry. And lastly, Tianyi Zhang.
And now, presenting graduates receiving the Asia Pacific Management Diploma. Xiaoye Cao. Nan Chen. Minghui Liu, lastly. And now presenting graduates receiving the Business Management Certificate. Janice Darlene Fleming. Elmita Lobo. Christelle Jennifer Mijares lastly. And now presenting graduates receiving the Business Management Diploma. Amandeep Kaur. Harvinder Singh. Navroop Singh. Vidhi Virendra Amin. Karen Mahame Benewa.
Prabjot Kaur Brar. Christopher Lewis Brock Bricks. Mackenzie Adam Umberto Candiani. Princepal Singh Gill. Jennifer Nicole Hubel with distinction. Amit Kumar Jassal. Amarjot Singh Kurmi. Michael Richard Korolak. Joel Ihe Morales.
Claudine Yimbona. Emmanuel Nujunkeng Pak Nguni. Ty Daniel Noble. Kyle Gordon Park. Kapil Kumar Parshatambai Prajapati. Matthew Donald Rood. Tiana Judith Schaefer. Yeshen Sharda. Naresh Kumar Sharma.
Gaganpreet Singh. Nisha Singh. Sarah Carolina Taborda. Anmol Vedya. Anmolpreet Singh Varan. Chad Donald Walchuk with distinction. Sherahan Odesha Witter with distinction. Thilan Samuel Kaneshka Weje Singha. Lastly,
And now presenting graduates receiving the Human Resources Management Certificate. Chantel Denise Sakota. Shauna Marie Chili. Navjot Situ, lastly. And now, presenting graduates receiving the Human Resources Management Diploma. Sukdeep Kaur. Joanne Marie Doucette. Deanna Charlene Mandeville. Natasha Lynn McCormick. Melanie Lynn Phillips. Akashdeep Kaur Sran.
and lastly, Amelia Marie Wright. And now, presenting graduates receiving the Legal Assistant Diploma. Valeria Babouk with distinction. Marianne Boetta. Ashley Marie McLean. Pamela Ann Saunderson. And lastly, Lisa Huang Vin. And now, presenting graduates receiving the Management Studies Diploma. Kelsey Eileen Pilon, lastly.
And now, presenting graduates receiving the Office Assistant Certificate. Marie Denise Francisco Alegre. Carly Jean Anderson. Yvonne Ao Dong with distinction. Sydney Leanne Clemens with distinction. Montana Carlene Kraft. Tracy Elizabeth Davis. Shanna Leanne Doyle. Melody Ann Amano Dukusen. Arlene Gadalanga Espinosa. Stephanie Gleason with distinction. Amanda Catherine Habbuck with distinction.
Navneet Kaur. Melanie Keller. Victoria Doreen Kerr. Angela Janelle Koss. Corina Michelle Lalonde. Jolene Briand Laplante. Brittany Verona Levac. Ashley Danielle Loiseau. Matthew Chuckbun Mark. Kristen Laurel McElraith. Amber Rose Lee McKenzie. Michaela Ann Mercer Dedman.
Tara Louise Mesher. Reena Naidu. Kimberly Dawn Panabaker. Darcy Elizabeth Propolkin. Abby Elizabeth Phelps. Joanne Postma with distinction. Danae Nicole Pruner. Carrie Lynn Rabbit. Colby Dawn Ronsko. Yanyan Shi. Nitu Shrestha.
Husnia Siddiqui. Amber Miranda Skerpen. Leslie Nicole Subshishin. Carla Stokes. Veena Shyamala Devi with distinction. Sydney Marie Terrian. Vienna Page Thorseth. Winnie Astrid Tionji Chiajiang.
Cassandra Lee Wokonen. Stephanie J. Wilson. Kelsey Lynn Winkle. Jinyu Wu with distinction. Tara Lynn Yakimchuk. Kirsten Shirley Ray Yannick. Lastly, And now, presenting graduates receiving the Paralegal Studies Diploma. Mary Elizabeth Jane McVeters, lastly. And now, presenting graduates receiving the Public Relations Diploma. Fedra Lynn Kathleen Andrew. Brittany Jessica Blumquist with distinction. Natasha Dafoneska.
Tiffany Grace Eathard. Luis Carlos Flores Aguilar, with distinction. Vanessa Sarah Gomez. Gwendolyn Katarina Hunka. Emily Keating, with distinction. Andrew David Lyle, with distinction. Marie Siobhan Mavko. Leanne Rose Miller, with distinction. Adele Georgie Jane Milne. Kendall Olson, with distinction.
Sarah Patterson. Kaylee Elizabeth Syme. Lauren Taylor Smith. Craig Tanner Soares. Tyson Nicholas Taylor, lastly. And now presenting graduates receiving the Travel Diploma. Kaylin Olivia Allen. Emma Rachel Cassie. Carlin Ashley Marie Christofferson. Erica Tayag David. Corey Sandra Duperan. Taylor Nicole Funston.
Patricia Ann Kellich. Shayla Livingston, with distinction. Carrie Ann Ashley Meyer. Lexus Morgan Soka. Rena Taylor Snyder. And lastly, Julia Melissa Tomeo.
And that concludes the presentations of graduates from the School of Business. Thank you, Dean Costin. I invite Dr. Alan Gilliland, the Dean for the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications, to come to the podium.
Thank you. As Dr. Costin mentioned, that in each faculty we award Dean's Medals for the highest achievements in certificates, diplomas, and degrees. And this year's Dean's Medal for Academic Excellence in a Certificate Diploma program within the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications is awarded to Kia Valdez Betcher, a graduate of the Design Studies Diploma program. Are you there, Kia? Come on down. I got it right, it's Kia. Kia, still, oh no, don't go away, come back here. I'm gonna say some lovely things about you, embarrass you. Kia, according to Chair of Design Studies, Robert Andruko, is the prototypical designer, someone who seamlessly blends the art and science of design. She combines her skills as an exceptional illustrator with keen problem solving and design thinking to deliver communication solutions that were a delight to use and effective at addressing the client's and users' needs. Kia's success also went beyond the classroom as she volunteered for program events that benefited all students and worked on projects outside of the classroom. For example, last year, as part of the Graphic Designers of Canada Student Mentorship, she worked with the Ribbon Rouge Foundation on a project that helped raise HIV awareness and reduce the stigma. This last spring, she worked with a MacEwan team of design, biology, and computer science professors and students to create an innovative video game that teaches students in Bio 107 about cell membranes. Kia has turned all of this success into a job with G. Skinner, a digital design company based here in Edmonton. Congratulations, Kia. This is the right one. Yep, this is you. Thank you. Sticky removed. This year's Dean's Medal for Academic Excellence in a degree program within the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications is awarded to Alexa Faye Golden, a graduate of the Bachelor of Communications Studies program. Are you there, Alexa? Stay here, because I have some things to say about you too. During her 4 years in the Bachelor of Communication Studies degree program, Alexa Golden consistently excelled in her studies. She demonstrated outstanding academic skills in her discipline major of professional communications, as well as studying psychology, Spanish, and English literature, which supported her breadth of her degree. Clearly, Alexa understood the importance and the connection between communication, community, and language. Alexa's passion is communication through writing, video editing, and web development, which include key verbal and visual elements. Within her coursework of visual communication, media and the message, and screenwriting, she applied her knowledge of developing and communication critical concepts through video production, putting her heart into each and every production. For example, Alexa used her outstanding writing and video production skills when she developed her own comprehensive website that describes her work as a freelance writer, storyteller, multimedia author, and editor. In fact, Alexa's skills are in demand within the community. She has developed educational videos about healthy and sustainable lifestyle choices. What is remarkable about Alexa is that she effectively and strategically merges the verbal and written aspects of communication by providing solid messages that educate those who connect with her in person and online. Congratulations, Alexa. And I now present to you the following candidates for certificates, diplomas, applied degrees, and degrees within the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communications.
And now, presenting graduates receiving the Bachelor's of Communication Studies. Alyssa Celine Azul with distinction. Ashley Jordan Freimark. Brianna Taylor Kim. Andrea Hannah Weiling Poon. Jasmine Rose Roy Lastly. And now presenting graduates receiving the Bachelor of Music in Jazz and Contemporary Popular Music. Brad Francis McDonald Lastly. And now, presenting graduates receiving the Arts and Cultural Management Diploma. Iris May La Chica Bangyan with distinction.
Tiana Rose Carson. Charlotte Rose Cranston with distinction. Charlotte Sophie Cuvelier. Elka Jacqueline Eisenzimmer with distinction. Bailey Elizabeth Excel. Tina Lynn Marie Teagill. Angeline Marjorie Myers. Amber Nell Knights. Uyash Neopani. Amanda Marie Park.
And now, presenting graduates receiving the Design Studies Diploma. Pardon me, Inari Melissa Perez Casailas. Morgan Beth Pinnock. Ellen Susan Reed. Amy Lee Sampson. Carrie Elizabeth Sanderson with distinction. Kaylin Danae Schenk. Erin Louise Schmidt. Abby Lynn Sexton. Jenna Marie Skibinski. Terry M. Smith with distinction. Samuel Marcus Waterworth, lastly. And now, presenting graduates receiving the Design Studies Diploma. Aiden Alexander Guerra. Emily Maxine Parr, lastly. And now, presenting graduates receiving the Music Diploma. Matthew D. Ketchum. Julia Ann Nicholson. Jake Samuel Victor, lastly. And now, presenting graduates receiving the Theater Production Diploma, Kira Nicole Younghusband, lastly.
And that concludes the presentation of graduates from the Faculty of Fine Arts and Communication. We'll just give a moment for the remaining students to have a seat. Thank you, Dr. Gilliland. That's a long walk. So I'd like to give congratulations to all of our award winners and the graduating class of 2018. In the home stretch now. I will ask Craig Monroe, alumni representative, to provide a welcome to you, our newest members of the MacEwan University alumni family.
Thank you. On behalf of MacEwan alumni, I am honored to be among the first to congratulate you on your incredible achievement and to welcome you to our alumni family. Give yourself a round of applause. So what does it mean to be a MacEwan alumni? It means you're in good company. There are over 60,000 MacEwan alumni working hard to make a difference in their professions and their communities, both here in Edmonton and around the world. It means you have a built-in cheering section. You can count on your university and your fellow alumni to support and encourage you as you pursue your career or further studies. But we can't do this unless we know what you're up to. So get in touch with the alumni office every now and again. Share with us what you're up to. We want to continue to be part of your journey. Being a MacEwan alumni also means you have the opportunity to play a role in the future of this university and its students. We encourage you to stay involved, to weigh in on big decisions and the strategic direction of the institution. You've been here, so you know what makes this place special and what we can improve. We want you to share that insight. We also encourage you to reach out to the students who follow in your footsteps. Mentor them, share your wisdom, invite them into your network. Support their education by contributing to their scholarships. Use your education and your experience to help them succeed. It's the best way to keep our community strong and connected. You can start today by visiting the MacEwan alumni booth after the ceremony to learn how you can pass your advice to the next class, and how you can get one of these keepsake silver tassels by supporting the MacEwan Alumni Legacy Fund. Once again, congratulations, class 2018. We're thrilled to have you part of the alumni family.
It's not working. That's good. Just right at the very end, right? I asked Board Chair Ion Chalborn to close Convocation.
Hello, everyone. These moments bring us to the closing of our ceremony, after which graduates and their families are invited to join us for refreshments in the foyer and to take those last photos that you just haven't had a chance yet to take. But before you leave, I want to remind you that even though this marks the end of your academic journey at MacEwan, it's only the beginning of your educational journey. As you go out into the world, I encourage you to keep an open mind and an open heart toward learning new things and to look for opportunities to learn wherever you go and whatever you do. Learning is one of the greatest joys life has to offer, and I hope that you always will value it. Of course, learning is never done in isolation. It's the people around us who encourage us, challenge us, and motivate us as we continue to grow. So at this time, and I think you thought you were done with all the clapping, but there's a bit more to come. So at this time, I would like to invite all the graduates to express their appreciation to the people who have supported them through their educational journey. Would the faculty members please rise? Graduates, come on. And now, would the family and friends of our graduates please rise, and let's have another round of applause. And now, in turn, I would like to invite our audience, faculty and staff, to join me in congratulating the class, the graduates of 2018. So I won't be the last, but I will be one of the last to congratulate you and to thank all of you for being here today. Now, this morning, I did forget to thank some other important people, and I'm going to take the opportunity to do that now here and hope that they're all here to hear it. And that is to thank all of the volunteers, the staff, and the team at the Windspear for their work in creating and implementing your convocation. It is, a convocation doesn't happen without a lot of many hands united to making a memorable event for you. So let's thank all of those people. And a few traffic remarks. So if the audience would please remain seated until the stage party has exited, and then I would ask the audience also to remain seated until our graduates have processed from the hall. And now I officially declare this convocation closed. Thank you.